Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ebel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and join me today for this weight loss update from October 2021 following Dr. McDougall's Maximum Weight Loss. So I actually just filmed an update a little over a week ago on October 24th, as that was my 1 year kind of official start of following Dr. McDougall and the Starch solution in maximum weight loss. And if you've already watched that video, then I have not lost any more weight in October, but I did lose 3 pounds this month, so that brings my total weight loss to 35 pounds and my current weight to 135. So in this video, I just wanted to kind of talk about what was working for me for the month of October and just a couple things I've been thinking about now that I've been on this journey for a full year. The first thing I've been thinking about, which I talked about in the 1 year update, is just how grateful I am to have found Dr. McDougall and the Starch solution and adopted this whole food, plant-based, no oil lifestyle. Like, my life has just completely changed in the last year, and not just the physical weight loss, but the way my mental health is. I feel so much better about myself as a person, not just the way I look physically, but the way I treat myself and the way I take care of myself. And life isn't perfect, and I still have days where I struggle, but for the most part, I feel so much incredibly better than I did a year ago. I credit a huge part of that to the whole food plant-based lifestyle, and I give a lot of the other credit to giving up alcohol. So if you haven't checked out that video yet, I'll also post a link where I celebrated 1 year alcohol free, and now what am I coming up on? 15 months I'll be in a couple days. September was a stressful month for me, and I think that was reflected in my September weight loss update. I think I was feeling a little down in the dumps on the day I filmed that, and if it isn't obvious, October was like a way better mental health month for me. I'm feeling really good. And I think a big part of the reason that I'm feeling so good is because of hitting these different milestones of, 15 months without alcohol, over a year following the whole food, plant-based, no oil lifestyle, and seeing the changes, not just physically, but feeling the changes emotionally. It is so incredibly motivating to make a commitment to yourself and then to actually stick with it, to actually follow through, and then to actually get to celebrate achieving these things. I think that is the reason that I'm really feeling so good. So it's also motivating me to get back into some of my good habits that I've kind of let slide recently. Specifically, spending time on my yoga mat, meditating, and being more active. I talked about this in my 1 year weight loss update, that exercise really wasn't a factor in my weight loss. I really give all that credit to a whole food, plant-based, no oil lifestyle, but that's something I want to get more back into. I've been dealing with a shoulder injury since July, which has really kept me from doing a physical yoga practice. And because of not spending that time on the yoga mat, I'm also kind of been slacking in the meditation department. And so trying to get back into my meditation habit daily. And I've been very good the last couple weeks about my meditation habit. Honestly, I think it was September that I was really struggling to have a regular meditation practice. And that's probably part of why I felt so stressed out in September. And then something I'm still working on, but I've definitely gotten much better at it, but it definitely takes practice. And that's learning to listen to your own hunger signals and full signals, and not just eat because it's a certain time of the day or eat because it's a habit. Like, my worst habit is nighttime snacking in front of the TV. It's just a bad habit that I've had ever since I was a kid. And it goes both ways. I will be genuinely hungry and be like, you're not allowed to eat because it's after 8 p.m. and you're watching TV. Like, no, I ate dinner at 5 o'clock. Now it's 8 o'clock and my body needs a little snack because I'm not going to bed for an hour or two. It's okay to eat, you know, at 8 o'clock at night if I'm genuinely hungry. My problem is that I just like to eat at that time of night. So sometimes I find myself not hungry at all. Like, I just had dinner at 7 o'clock, but now it's 8 o'clock and I'm like, what would be a good snack while I watch Dancing with the Stars? And so, like I said, I'm still working on this, but just even asking myself that question, like, are you actually hungry, or do you just want a snack because you like snacking in front of the TV? And one other thing that I'm finding success in now, and it's taken me a whole year to get to this point, but it's like relaxing and allowing myself to eat when I'm hungry. Because for so many years, it was all about restricting. And the longer I could stay hungry, like the longer I could spread out time in between my meals, I would think I would be eating less. And I know that is not the case. I've talked in quite a few other videos about how restrict, binge, like that was the cycle I was on for so many years. And I had like 2 full years of intermittent fasting that just got progressively worse and worse. And in my experience, anytime I'm doing any sort of restriction, when I do finally get to eat, I eat too much. I overeat. That's just the way the cycle goes. And that has been the hardest habit to break, but I really feel like I'm almost 100% there. Like, I used to have a thing about when I would wake up in the morning and I would try to wait as long as I possibly could to have that first meal. Another terrible intermittent fasting habit. But if I could wait to eat until noon, I mean, that's ideal. But if I could wait until like 2, that's even better. Like, it was so bad. That's such a terrible habit. And now when I get hungry in the morning, it's time for breakfast. Yay, potatoes and broccoli. Like, why? Oh, there's so many bad dieting habits. And I followed those habits for so many years that it's not shocking it's taking this long to break those habits and to get like my mindset right. But honestly, where I'm at right now feels like the healthiest relationship I've ever had with food. So I think that's all I have to share for my October weight loss update. Thank you for stopping by to watch this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Be well.